Hey Moral Gamers, welcome back. Today we're actually addressing the topic of women in gaming. And this is in response to a post that Tara Babcock made on her YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with Tara Babcock, she does have a lot of insightful blogs and stuff like that, especially on the Zoomin Network, specifically about gaming. I like those more than I like some of the other things she said, but she actually tackles women in gaming. And so here at the Moral Gamer, we'd like to provide a more formal response, something that hey, maybe she can provide a response back, maybe whatever. But so first up, before I start addressing what she said, I want to just give you the Moral Gamer standpoint about women in gaming. Okay? And our stance is yes. Yes, please. Why? Because women provide a vaster array of competition. Okay? Gaming is the one area where it's not my body against your body. It is my mind against your mind. How you think against how I think, which means it's a level playing field. Now, men and women come in all shapes and sizes, but we will acknowledge that men and women are different. Physically, men and women are different. I mean, do you really think it's a coincidence that in a fighting game, guys will tend to be the slower, stronger characters and women will tend to be faster and limber? It's not a coincidence, guys. There's actually some truth to that. But that being said, though, we love the idea of women in gaming, especially when it's your spouse, especially when it's somebody that you're close to, because, hey, then you get to connect by that, but more so, it provides a broader array of competition. And I've gone up against girls who have just mopped the floor with me in games like Halo and stuff like that. You know, I've played against girls that just mopped the floor with me, and it was like, dang, she plays this a lot more than I do. But then again, I've also gone up against, girls who it's like, wait, do you even play this game? That I just completely slaughtered. So you get them in all ranges of skill levels, and that's actually a beautiful thing. So on to addressing what Tara said. She talks about how some communities hate on women gamers, and they're stupid. Gaming, when you think about it, that person may sound like a woman, but for all intents and purposes, at least the way I see it, is that's just a voice and a player on the other end. And so that's just a player on the other end. Doesn't matter male, female. What matters to me is the content of how they play and how they conduct themselves. If a person's better than me, that's fine. They start teabagging me, that's not cool. That's childish. If a person is sitting there and just writing you up the wall, saying every little thing they can about you, it's like, no. And if the person is sitting there and they're playing respectfully, you kick back, throw some jokes against each other. Hey, those are the people I love playing with. Back in the day when Time Splitters Future Perfect, I know this is a while back, guys, but when that one was still online, I loved the rooms because we'd be girls, guys, everyone would be in there throwing jokes back at them. Hey, I shot you in the butt. Yeah, we'll watch this one. Thing! Headshot. Gotcha. And we just joked with each other. It was awesome. And it was a nice relax. And that's what I look for. And when you add girls to the mix, it doesn't matter. It's all in how they play. Now, if they're sitting there trying to be seductive or doing stuff that are weird, that's when it starts detracting. But hey, don't hate on girls. Don't hate on them. That's stupid. Childish. Yeah, diversity is important. I already went over that. She talks about female sexuality being negative in society. And I'm here to say that female sexuality in society is important and private. So, let's put it this way. Dead or Alive is a great example of how sexuality actually kills games. Most people don't take Dead or Alive serious because it started out, actually, the original one on PlayStation, actually arcade, Saturn, whatever. But the original one started out with a decent enough fighting system. But what did they do? Hey, look! Big-breasted women! Ah! No, come on, guys. You can do better than that. And so, the series from then was known about big-breasted women. It wasn't known that it's actually a serious fighter. Dead or Alive, they do the I am a fighter. They do the I am a fighter campaign, but everyone's used to the big-breasted women, so okay, this is really a fighter? Okay, sure, maybe, whatever. But no, if they would have taken and they would have actually done the series with a respectful tone all the way through, like Virtua Fighter, Tekken, which Tekken slips a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it's fairly conservative. You would have had a solid game, and then I think more people would have flocked to Virtua Fighter and not disregarded it as just softcore porn. As far as sexuality goes, she says that everyone needs a healthy sex life. Yes, yes, and amen. Absolutely. In fact, founder of Moral Gamer, I'm Christian, unapologetically Christian. What's our Bible say? Song of Songs, or Song of Solomon, depending on how you want to call it. That is the most erotic book in the Bible. That being said, you know, hey, we have no reason to say, hey, when you're in a married relationship, that sex is a bad thing. In fact, parents need to talk to their kids about sex. Sex is a wonderful, beautiful thing. It's how we have kids. It's something you can do with your spouse for recreation. There's a lot that you can do there. But showing it off and, you know, being completely open and flippant about it and things like that, no, that's absolutely not. That's distasteful. That's just being rude and crude. What else did she say here? Some level of eroticism is okay, and a covered pair of, well, she said something else, but a covered pair of breasts won't hold audiences. I think if a woman on a channel has really good points, unfortunately there's a lot of perverts out there, so she is partially right. But I think if a woman with her own channel consistently makes logical, educated arguments, and she's really good about formulating her opinion, excuse me, I think she can amass an audience. And yes, it is harder for people like myself. I'm still a startup at this point, but it is harder for people like myself to get ours off the ground because, hey, I don't have anything I'm really going to be showing off. I mean, what do you want me to do? Take off my shirt? Dude, I got kids. When you're married and have kids, you don't have as much time to exercise. When you're trying to build a business, yeah. it'll be a little bit before it'll be a little bit before we have a little more to show. But you know, the truth of the matter is it doesn't matter what you look like. Realistically, it is your content. That's what should matter the most. I recognize that, hey, sadly, life works a certain way because of trolls, because of other people, but that's how it should work. You know, and then she talks about the women joining pro teams, and I'm also going to tie that back to women who bring nothing to the game. Women who join pro teams, right on. I know you have the frag dolls out there, and I know, what was it, Machines Least Wanted was another one I was familiar with. There are a few out there that I was somewhat familiar with for a while that were pro teams that actually had women on their team. And hey, it was awesome because she provided a useful position to the team. Okay, she was either backup, flag runner, or whatever it was, depending on the match, depending on what it was. Great. That right there is a woman who deserves her spot. Again, she's using her mind to play better than other players. That's why she got her spot on the team. But then you do have the booth babes and the ones who may not have ever played a video game. They just show up, look pretty, and then go on to the next modeling gig. Okay, women like that, no. No, I mean, there are plenty of, through the people I work with, there are plenty of females who are gamers who are very attractive. I would rather see them showing stuff off, you know, showing off the newest, say, I don't know, Call of Duty, Black Ops, whatever. I'm not a fan of those games, but, you know, some people are. Or the newest, when what was it called? Last of Us came out. You know, I would rather see a woman like that showing it off than some ditzy booth babe who, you know, hasn't touched a game in her life, or she did just once, and which one's the jump button? Which one's the jump button? But that being said, though, I mean, if a woman brings something to the gaming world, great. Welcome her with open arms. In fact, have respect to everyone. Let the content of their character and who they are really show. But if a person is bringing absolutely nothing to the gaming, even if it's a woman who's out there just, whatever, block them. Block them. Don't pay mind to them. Mute them. Just, nope, don't want you. Because they are providing nothing, they're bringing nothing to the game, or even detracting from the game, then they are being selfish, and those are not the people that make gaming communities great. It is the selfless people and the ones who are more altruistic in their play. Those are the ones that actually help foster, as well as the ones who are willing to mentor you, or the ones who are willing to, I'm talking people in general, ones who are willing to mentor you, or ones who are, solid in their gameplay and willing to encourage people coming along. Those are the ones that really help communities grow, and those are the ones that, in my opinion, are great to play with. So, this has been Moral Gamer's response to Tara Babcock. I would love to hear from you, not just Tara, but anyone else in the comments below. Hey, like or dislike this video, just let us know you're listening.